Tonight, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Powering forward. A short throw caught by Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now it's Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes on.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Escape, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are on the board here first in the season opener. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Bateman there. And that'll make it 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Jackson drops this underneath. It's Mitchell. And they're going to mark him down short maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
My, if maybe that ball is 2 yards shorter, it's going to give them the lead because he had a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
Now Jackson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going deep for Brown. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there for KC. 59 yards. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. This will be caught once again by Brown. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown from 10 yards out, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Mahomes will throw for it. Flushed out right. Keeps himself upright. And he will get into the end zone, so the lead. From 9 up to 11. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
It's awfully good to see Andrews back on the field after suffering that tough leg injury a season ago. He's been a perennial Pro Bowler throughout his career, And the Ravens believe they'll get right back to that status in this season.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. An option give now to Mitchell. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now.
Let's go, Hardman.
Here's Hardman to return. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredded.
He's got it at the 15.
Go on,
A
dude.
big play there for KC. 64 yards.
Touchdowns.
We got this. Yellow. Right. Double time. Even.
Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
They're going to try and run. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive rate.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson. Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Slam.
Here's Jackson to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson flush to his right. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
To throw is Jackson. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal.
Watch left. Watch the run.
Here's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Alert.
Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Final shot before the half for Mahomes. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return is the rookie Xavier Worthy. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Oh, he shifts past him. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Now Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Now here's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead. For those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The sack there by Roquan Smith. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Being chased out left. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
That should count as a rushing touchdown. Yep.
Mahomes with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson now. That pass is caught by Hardy. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Jackson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down.
Oh, it didn't count.
15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Mahomes going to throw. Forced out to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Back to throw. Jackson. Flushed out right. And Jackson going to have the 1st down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Jackson on 1st down. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 4 down. 4 down.
A nice little juke. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down.
Shit, I did the same thing again. I meant to do sneak.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Mahomes now on the sneak. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember.